Welcome back for another video. In this video we look at the top players for predicted points in Gameweek 10 and over the next 5 game weeks to make your transfer plans and captaincy easier. If you want to improve your rank this season and win your mini leagues, make sure you're subscribing. Let's start with the goalkeepers, and of course it's Ederson top with 4.4 projected points against Southampton. City top of the clean sheet odds, and no side has kept as many as their 4 clean sheets this season. West Ham are looking for back-to-back clean sheets after shutting Wolves out, resulting in Large's subsequent sacking post-match. Fabianski has 3.9 predicted points and second this game week. Villa have shown improvement in defence. After failing to keep a clean sheet in their opening 6, they've now kept back-to-back clean sheets, and they travel to Nottingham Forest in Gameweek 10. Pope is second among all keepers over the next 5 marginally with 18.1 points. He's tied with Martinez this game week, and Newcastle host Brentford this weekend. It's Loris who's top among the projections over the next 5 with 18.6 points, which includes Brighton, Everton, Newcastle and Bournemouth. Spurs have actually conceded the fewest big chances in the league with 8 in total. Man City have conceded 1 more. Next up is the defenders, and top this week's Reece James with 5.7 points projected for the home fixture to Wolves. Ordinarily this was a particularly eye-catching fixture under Large's Wolves, whose 3 goals in 8 games by far the lowest in the league. But there is always the unknown effect post the sacking. You'd imagine it can't get any worse for Wolves, but nonetheless Chelsea still heavy favourites, and as such Cucurella and Koulibaly also make the projections. Cucurella missed Chelsea's last match through illness. They play home to Milan in the Champions League, where he may be back, but failing that in Potter's press conference on Friday we should know more. Cancelo's in second on 5.2 predicted points, with City massive favourites to keep a clean sheet. Diaz also makes the list, though he's a big minutes risk. Perhaps he returns to the starting 11 after missing out against Man United. Trippier owners were perhaps a little bit fortunate last game week after he was subbed in the 83rd minute, banking his clean sheet points before Newcastle went on to concede. That said, the game was wrapped up by then, hence all the subs made by Howe. Trippier's on 4.1 projected points home to Brentford Saturday afternoon. Cresswell and Zuma narrowly make the list home to Fulham. Mitrovic was brought off after 37 minutes against Newcastle with an injury. We wait further news on the severity. If he misses out, then it'll be a huge boost to West Ham's clean sheet hopes. Unfortunately both Soufal and Emerson were benched, so perhaps not worth the risk. On to the midfielders, and top this week is De Bruyne with 6 predicted points to Southampton. In Europe's top 5 leagues, no player has more than Haaland's 14 league goals or more than De Bruyne's 8 assists. He's blanked in just 1 start all season, and it is a dilemma for Salah owners, as De Bruyne does of course blank in Gameweek 12, so an otherwise obvious transfer is far less obvious now. You'd either have to get Salah back after 2 game weeks, or just ride out Gameweek 12 accepting that you're a player down. The projections over the next 5 heavily favour Salah due to Man City's blank. Zaha has 5.2 predicted points for a home fixture to Leeds. This season Zaha has an expected goal involvement every 153 minutes, which ranks better than the likes of Sterling, Trossard and Martinelli. Sterling has 5.1 predicted points. Last match he created 3 chances, took 3 shots in the box and had 1 big chance himself. He's the perfect mould for the Trossard role when Potter was at Brighton, and he could still be a great option, even if only as a shorter term punt in the lead up to the World Cup. Those who kept patient with Bowen were rewarded, and he's among the top projections again with 5 points against Fulham. It was a memorable game week with several hat-tricks, including 2 in the Manchester derby, one of which came from Foden. He's risen in price once already, as has Trossard, who also scored a hat-trick, and another price rise before the deadline won't be at all surprising. A reminder to hold on to your transfers, as Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, West Ham and Arsenal all have European fixtures before we get to Gameweek 10. Maddison and Son are tied on 4.6 points. It's certainly not too late to move for Maddison, and he remains an excellent pick. Gameweek 10 will be De Zerbi's first home game at Brighton, and it's a tough one against Spurs. Son was disappointing in Gameweek 9 after a hat-trick the game week before. Spirits will be running high after Brighton holding Liverpool to a draw away, a really impressive result from the new man. If you found this video useful so far, please drop it a like and make sure you're subscribing for more FPL content every week. Onto the forwards, and I think we all saw this one coming from a mile off. It's Haaland comfortably top with 7.5 predicted points. It was a truly incredible performance from the Norwegian against Man United. 3 goals, 2 assists, 23 points. He sits 40 points clear of any other player in the league. This time last season, Salah was 50 points clear of any other player, though City have had 1 less game played. Looks like we have a new FPL king. Kane is the man next closest to Haaland on 56 points to Haaland's 96. He was on the score sheet again against Arsenal to make it 7 goals and 2 assists in 9 games. Jesus was the most sold player last game week. Without the power of hindsight, an understandable decision. The likes of Tony Mitrovic on more points, better fixtures and no blank in Gameweek 12. Though as it played out, Jesus scored while both Tony and Mitrovic disappointed. Mitrovic misses out on the projections as it stands because his minutes are a doubt, which the algorithm always factors in. If he's confirmed fully fit, then he'd sit around middle here with 4.2 points. If he's out for a while, then Solanke sits 4th this week among strikers with 4.4 points. Again, with a pick like Solanke, you can't expect consistent returns, but he can certainly chip in here and there with returns over this great fixture run ahead. Alternatively, there is the option to downgrade to a 4.3 mil forward and reinvest the funds in midfield or defence. Just note it does leave an extra man down in Gameweek 12 as none of the 4.3 mil forwards are expected to play. In Isak's absence, Callum Wilson was on the score sheet and he'll be aiming for more against Brentford. Once Isak's back, it's uncertain how Howe will line up. In his Bournemouth days, he used to deploy 4-4-2, so we could see St Maximin and Almer on wide, with Isak and Wilson up top together. Watkins was the biggest XG underperformer of Gameweek 9, failing to score with an XG of 1.18. Him and Bamford probably ones to avoid, José. That wraps up the video, thank you for watching. If it was useful, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I read every comment, so leave one below and I'll be sure to read it. See you soon for the next one.